Hi, we're going to talk about data mining in this unit. There are 4 major learning goals. 1. Understand what data mining is. And 2. To describe the data mining process. And there are actually several processes that we will talk about. And 3. To describe the various data mining methods. And 4th, to perform data mining using BW. Okay, what is the data mining? As described here, it involves determination of significant patterns and hidden associations from large amounts of data. A couple of keywords. Hidden patterns, also associations. So we're trying to find, relationships or nuggets that are usually hidden from naked eye, and because we have, large amounts of data that don't make sense easily. Okay, so that's what data mining is designed for. The need for data mining, pretty straightforward. There's a lot of knowledge out there that we are not aware of. And what is driving data mining nowadays? Pretty straightforward, as you can read about the changes in technology, changes in the competition landscape, and also, of course, the high demand from consumers. And why use data mining? Again, there are several reasons. They're all pretty straightforward. Basically, companies are collecting, more and more data about lots of things: their customers, their sales, their products, their employees, and so on. So we need more advanced methods to mine this huge collection of data. Definition of data mining has been given by various researchers, and one of them is shown here. Again, the idea is to mine large amounts of data to uncover hidden patterns or associations or relationships using different methods. Some of them are statistical methods, others are mathematical or computer science, and so on. Okay. Contributions, data mining can help a company to look at data in normal ways, novel ways, to get the knowledge nuggets so that they can use that to their advantage. Okay, as a competitive weapon, if you will. In data mining examples, there are actually tons of examples out there in the literature, both in scholarly journals as well as trade magazines. You will find companies using data mining to detect fraud, credit card fraud, consumer protection, employee turnover prediction, market-based basket analysis, and so on. Okay. A review question on the drivers for data mining. So lots of applications out there, but also it is important to understand that we should follow a web-established process so that we can get reliable results, and also we can repeat the process so that we don't have to rely on 1 or 2 star analysts to be able to reap the benefits of data mining. And speaking of process, there are actually, as I mentioned earlier, several web-established processes developed by different organizations. One is called CRISP, data mining. CRISP stands for Cross-Industrial Standard Process for data mining initiative. Okay, it was launched 1996. So according to this process model, data mining starts with business understanding, to data understanding, and then data preparation, modeling, evaluation, and deployment. Okay, so again, it is a well-established process involving several distinct steps. And then again, the various steps involved in the CRISP process that you can read about. Also, knowledge discovery in databases, or KDD, is often associated with data mining as well. And this is also a pretty well-known process that describes several steps that should be involved when we want to do data mining. Okay, so as shown here, we start with task analysis, and then pre-processing of our data, and then data mining process, and then post-processing, and then deployment. Okay. Finally, SAP also has its own process for data mining, which is described in the Analysis Process Designer, or APD process. Okay, as shown here, it starts with the select step. So we select our data first, and then we go through the next step is transformation or transform, and then analyze step, and then we will save the result, and then finally we'll access the result through either BACS analyzer or web applications. Okay, so actually all the first three steps are performed using APD, which is part of the advanced features that we talked about in chapter 15, which you'll learn more about in this presentation, as well as by doing the data mining assignment. Okay, except the last step, which is access, which again utilizes BACS analyzer that you have learned about before, or other web applications. Okay. A question on the CRISP data model.